Hello, today we're going to talk about cyber safety. And a lot of our presentation was pulled from resources we found on internetsafety.com. Children now are very different than what it was like whenever you were in school. We would consider your child to be a digital native, meaning they were born after 1990 and they exhibit certain traits that are much different than what it was like for you. They're highly connected. They like playing video games. They communicate primarily online or through electronic methods. They are very well versed in social networking, using social networking to communicate with their peers. They easily adapt and adopt to new technologies and new ways of thinking, and they like to generate content online. Students, like I said before, children now are using electronic means to communicate with their peers much more often. They're comfortable with putting out that public persona on social networking sites. And part of our presentation to you is to kind of give you a few tips and tricks to be aware of what your child is doing online so that you can kind of head off any of these troublesome areas with students putting out a public image online that is there and is a permanent, has a permanent place on the internet. Students spend a lot of time online, up to 13 hours a week. So it's really important that parents limit the amount of time that children spend online, and most pediatricians recommend that no more than 2 hours a day. What parents can do is they can purchase third-party products that can assist in limiting the amount of time that students are able to be online, as well as filter content. Now, as a school district, we're required to abide by the Children's Internet Protection Act, which protects children and requires districts and any public entity to restrict the content that children are able to see online, harmful content. And it's something that parents should be well aware of, as well as far as putting the computer in an area that is easily accessible and viewable by the parent, which would not be in a bedroom or in a place with a closed door. And then, as far as communicating online, children need to be aware that not everyone is as they seem. It's really easy to fake your persona online and say you're somebody you're not, or appear much younger than you truly are. So it's really important that children don't communicate with people they don't know or strangers, that they are aware of who the person is and that they know them both in a physical sense as well as an online sense. Did you want?
More and more, unfortunately, pornography is prevalent on the internet, and it's not just accessible just to adults, but also to children. And as parents, this also involves that you have to sort of keep an eye on your children. Be around where the children are. Watch what they're doing. Have the computer in a visible place where you can see what they're doing when they are online. It will help extremely in preventing any type of exposure to what you see online, because it's really easy for children to get into things, even if it's by accident.
Another huge issue facing today's children is cyberbullying, and this can be electronic in any format, either cell phones or on the computers. And one thing that makes cyberbullying different from quote-unquote normal bullying is that it's relentless, and it can happen anytime, anywhere, because, like we said before, kids have access to media at all times. And of course, you can hear online of major cases that might lead to potential dangerous situations. So please make sure that your child is aware of the dangers of cyberbullying and can feel comfortable coming to see you if they are having it happen to them or having it happen to a friend. And like we said before, it can happen anytime, anywhere. And unfortunately, cyberbullying is visible to multiple parties, so it can go and spread virally quite easily. So please just be vigilant and letting your child talk to you about it and keep that line of communication open.
Always, whenever you're with your children, as we said before, supervision is the key. Ask them what they're doing when they're online. Be present if you can. If they encounter anything, express the importance to your children. If something happens online, if they find themselves in an uncomfortable situation and maybe they're not around, communication is the key. Make sure you keep the lines of communication open.
Make sure you can access their social networking sites, that you have the ability to check up on what they're doing on sites like Facebook and MySpace.
Things you might want to watch out for, just a few tips. If they're doing something online that changes, if you're around and you're aware of what they're doing, if all of a sudden their activities change, that could be a danger sign. Obviously changes in mood or shifts in attitude, or maybe things that they're doing socially. If you see anything that's out of the ordinary for your child, it could be a warning sign. Be a parent, we have on this slide. It's up to you really as the parent to decide when is appropriate for your child to be online, or when is too early. Stress to them how important it is to be respectful of others, what we oftentimes refer to as netiquette. Consider the age of your child, what's appropriate, set clear rules for them, boundaries, guidelines, consequences. It just comes down to a matter of you being the parents, please, supervise them.
It's important that you restrict the amount of information that your children allow on the internet, as far as age, date, location, photographs. Those should be restricted by the parent.
Also with cyberbullying, please make sure that you take the problem seriously. Assure your child that you will make a stop or take steps to assist with the situation. Don't react to the bully. Don't fuel the fire, so to speak. And please record and report, whether to your school or to the local authorities.
And finally, these are just a few internet resources that we have here. There are many more online, but these are just a few that you might find helpful if you would like to view some of them. As I said, there are many online, but these were just a few that we thought would be beneficial to you.